Good morning. Welcome to McBean's Scottish Fitness, Farm, Prepping, all that good stuff. So today's going to be mostly a rest day, as we're heading into town to go get a rototiller and look at some lumber and some other things. You know, just doing those life things. But tilling the garden is a physical activity, and all that time I put in the gym makes those activities easier. So far it's been a good week. Got a huge bench day in, which I'm happy about. Was able to get 2 arm workouts in yesterday, one outdoors, one in the gym. Like I said, today's going to be mostly a rest day, but I will be probably carrying stuff around and road chilling if I can get it fired up in time before I have to go to work. So there will be physical activity going on, and I will be out in the sunshine. Remember, rest, nutrition, proper exercise, have fun in the sun. Definitely things for a healthier and happier life. So, kind of things on the Instagram and some YouTube trolls this week. And not even really comments towards me, but comments I've seen towards other people who've been posting. I mean, they're military pressing 315 pounds for 11 reps. That is just huge, you know. And then you always got to have the one private account. I don't really look like I lift at all. Oh, it looks like you skipped leg day. Well, number one, no, it didn't look like he did. And number two, you could never aspire to do half what he was doing. But he got owned. There was probably about 28 people just buried him. But yeah, you just kind of laugh when you see people do that. That your life is so insecure that the only way you can get self-worth is try to pull other people down. I don't understand it. But anyway, you know, for the ones on my page and that, nope, they're real weights. I got one comment I never got before. Well, there must be fake weights because it was a fake lift-off. So I don't know what a fake lift-off is. But when I take a lift-off, I only want 20 or 30 pounds on the lift. I mean, I can take the bar off the rack myself. But because of the angle in that, it helps if I get a little aid. So they're not lifting. For those that you really don't lift heavy weights in the gym, here's what a spotter does. He doesn't play catch with 400 plus pounds. So what he means is he helps you lift it off the rack. He does not lift it off for you. It's not him doing a deadlift and me doing a bench. It's about 20, 30 pounds of help to make it easier on your shoulders and get it into position. And that is all a spotter should be doing. So that one cracked me up. A fake lift-off. Please tell me you have no clue about heavy benching. Oh, wait a minute. He just did. So lift-offs are not take the whole bar out of my hands and then drop it back in my hands, because I don't want to play catch with 440 pounds. All right? It's just a bit outside my comfort range. So that one cracked me up. I get a few, I must be on TRT. I'm not on TRT. I do know a lot of people who are, and that's fine. My feeling on TRT is I think it's that thing you have to keep taking more and more of to get the same effect. And from some of my research, I'm not saying this is some research in, some opinion out there, but if you do stop taking it, your body will fall down to levels way below than what you started. That's my concern with TRT. And that's really the reason I have not done any. Now, will I do some later on down, my lifespan and that? Who knows? The doctor tells me I need to do that, I might do it. Do I feel any differently about anybody who's on it? No, not at all. You're adults, make adult decisions. If it makes you feel better and helps you look better in that, and you're willing to assume what health risks there may or may not be, that's America, baby. You go ahead and do it. Same thing with HGHs and Tren and Diablo and XYZ and whatever the hell else is out there. All right. I would hope you would do it under a doctor's supervision and not buy it from somebody online. All right. I'll be suspect of what you're actually getting. But if you are going to do it, please have a doctor who specializes in it. Be the one that's kind of testing your liver and all that good stuff. I know a guy who goes to the doctor like twice a week to get his liver blood tested. Now I do know some that buy it online. I look at them and go, well, you're rolling the dice in my opinion. But if you take gear, if you don't take gear, that's fine. Just get in the gym and lift. But just because somebody outperforms you doesn't always necessarily mean they're on gear. And even if they are, what is the point of calling them out? I mean, what? Do you think that, oh, okay, you benched 400 pounds, well, you're on gear. So it was only, it only identified as 300. You know? I don't understand why you have to call people out on things, or why you have to be throwing such hateful comments. All right, so no, I'm not on gear. No, they're not fake plates. No, it wasn't a fake liftoff. Okay, yes, I do legs, but you know my legs don't develop like the upper body does. It's called DNA. Do I do legs as much as I should? No, probably not. But I'm getting better at it, and this is the year I do squat. So for all my regular followers, I do appreciate you following me in that, subscribing, sharing all that YouTube stuff. And for the 5 or 6 of you out there that have bought me protein shakes and do from time to time, I appreciate that too. Every little bit helps. This is not my main source of income, but you know, every little bit helps in these day and ages. So remember, just have fun, and you know, if you're out there looking at stuff and really, if you don't have anything good to say, why are you putting a comment on there? You need to do a real self-evaluation if you're throwing hate out there. You need to look at it. Why do you think you need to do that to make yourself feel better? Because if that is how you justify your insecurities, and it is your insecurities, and I don't care if you're a big, strong guy. I made a post on one of my buddies' ones about raw lifting, and I said, in my opinion, and it was called, in my opinion, raw lifting should be with no wraps, sleeves, or belts. Otherwise, I don't consider it raw. Well, I triggered this big guy. You know, you can tell he's a big power lifter in that. You know, I'm sure he squats and deadlifts a hell of a lot more than I do. But, you know, he sit there in 5 paragraphs. Well, you know, then, you know, well, you're on a supported platform. What if you just sit there and pick rocks out of the ground and that, you know? And I'm going, I do that. I have picked up boulders. I got videos out there doing it. But I just responded back to him. I said, evidently you missed a part of, in my opinion. Didn't say these had to be rules. I have a right to have an opinion. Well, to throw hate. But I've been to events where they're measuring the wrist sleeves and leg wraps and all that stuff, and I get it. You're squatting 800 pounds, you better have some wraps. All right. I don't feel comfortable with them, so I don't use them. And I don't understand the need for a belt on a bench. Well, is there some sort of advantage there? I don't know what it is. Maybe if you arch. I don't arch, so I don't see how it would do me anything. But it was just an opinion, folks. It wasn't throwing out any hate. All right, don't get so triggered. But really, I'm out there to support the fitness community. And I know Michael from the Body Beatdown and I have had this discussion where online there is so much hate online that would never happen in the gym. I was going to be honest with you all. You wouldn't talk all this trash to the person in the gym, regardless of who that person is. Because in most gyms, everybody else would shut you up. They'd be looking at that fool, you know, go to Planet Fitness. If you go to Planet Fitness, that was not a throwback. So just go out there and lift, exercise, walk, hikes in the sun, working in the garden, doing yard work, taking care of the livestock. You know, they call it farmer strength for a reason, because that's a lot of work to farm. They call it construction strength for a reason. Apparently it's a lot of strength to be a construction worker. You know, there's a reason that you have those names. You know, they call it old man strength. Well, this old man, you know, we've worked a long time. I've been working since I was 11 years old. I'm 63, so I've been working for 52 years. You know, scary to think about it, but you know, and I'm still working. But also I work out. And why do I do it? It helps my mental attitude. It helps me feel better about myself. It makes me healthier. It gives me stronger bones, stronger tendons, a better circulatory system, a better outlook on life. It allows me to enjoy the outdoors much fuller. There's nothing but benefits about it. And it gives me energy to go out and do more enjoyment things. And I'm going to tell you, personally, I'm going to get enjoyment from just the simple things. You know, watching the vulture over there soaring up in the air. You know, a couple turtles in the pond. You know, things like that. I take pleasure in. I don't need to be in front of a big screen TV. I don't need to have a game going. Although I do play out Skyrim and Fallout from time to time. But not a lot of it. You know, I like to sit down with a book. I'm going to do that as often as I'd like to. But when the sun is out and it's a beautiful day like it is today, I'm going to be out and about. So remember, everybody, don't be a hater. Sit there and be supportive of each other. Get some exercise. It'll make you feel better both physically and mentally. And everyone have a wonderful, wonderful week.